Alright, what is up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you with the Wild Card Weekend Madness coming up for the NFL. Of course, tomorrow we have two games. We have Arizona and the Panthers. In this video, we're going to be talking about the Ravens versus the Steelers because I think, honestly, this one is the primetime game. This one is the big-time rivalry. Everybody knows about the AFC North. Three teams from the North were able to make their way into the playoffs this year with Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore all making their way in. It's always great to see Pittsburgh versus Baltimore as a great way to smack 'em, whack 'em. I really like both of the coaches in this game. It's hard to pick, which one is better. Honestly, both of these teams had a whole lot of trials and tribulations that went along with this season. I will honestly say that the Steelers are a lot better team than I thought they were. The Steelers were a team that honestly I haven't seen since earlier in the year. I remember around week 4 when this team was 2-2. I really thought that this team really wasn't connecting. This wasn't the best built team that they've had for Tomlin there in Pittsburgh, and I really was questioning if Roethlisberger was the guy who was really going to be able to put this team on his back and be the franchise quarterback that a lot of people think of this guy to be. Ben Roethlisberger ended up finishing up the season this year with 32 interceptions, 32 touchdowns and only 9 interceptions. They really pounded the ball really well. Their running back is not going to be able to play. Bell, he's going to be down with a hyperextended knee, and as of Thursday, he wasn't able to practice on it, so it's probably looking like more than likely they're going to be having to go with Blunt, the backup, to hold the ball. Is Roethlisberger going to be able to spread that ball around and really be able to get this team going? When you look over at the Baltimore Ravens, led by Joe Flacco, of course, everybody's going to think of what happened in the early part of the season with Ray Rice. I remember when the story first came out, I was really thinking that Baltimore really had a great chance to put this behind them by going in and beating Pittsburgh. I believe that game was a Thursday night game, and I was really thinking that was probably the best thing because I believe, if I remember it right, the story broke on like a Wednesday morning, and there wasn't going to be enough time to put all of the press into Pittsburgh or Baltimore, wherever that game was played. And if that game was on a Sunday, you know that the players were going to have to answer questions week in and week out about what they thought was going down with Ray Rice, when he was going to be able to come back, if he thought it was a problem, and this, that, or the other. And Baltimore went in there and they handled their business, and they showed that they weren't going to collapse without their star running back. It was Steve Smith, who had a career day that day. I believe it was 2 touchdowns on the day, putting that team on their back, and that's something that we're going to need to see from Baltimore tomorrow. This is going to be a smack 'em, whack 'em game. Honestly, in my opinion, I got Baltimore pulling this game out. That's just who I think they'd be going with, and just to be able to put the whole season behind them with all the Ray Rice business is going to be great for this team and the city, and be able to see where they go from there. It was funny because when Ray Rice won his appeal to be able to be brought back into the NFL, it seemed like just anybody was going to pick this team up, and it seemed like every team just sort of pushed back and just said that they didn't want anything to do with them pretty much. So who knows what that means after the season's over. Somebody bring him in as a third string back, just trying to get him onto the team, seeing if there's going to be a whole bunch of throwback from their fans or anything like that. But that's going to be next year, not this year. Let's see what goes down tomorrow between Pittsburgh and Baltimore. It's going to be one hell of a game.